Everything happens twice, first in your mind, then in reality. This is Brian Cain with the Mental Performance Daily Podcast, and today we continue our mini seminar with Coach Jeff Jones of Arkansas State University football. He's their mental performance coach, their strength and conditioning coach, and today we talk about the importance of mental imagery and visualization and getting mental reps. Now, this is day 4 of a 5-day mini seminar with Coach Jones. You can get the full-length interview in their show notes below, as well as join me for other great guests that are coming on every other week in my group coaching program brought to you by Fundraising University. Today, Coach Jones is going to talk about visualization, how to use it, when to use it, and really how to build mental reps into practice so that your players can get the most out of engaging in practice, whether it be physically or whether it be mentally, to get the most out of every single training session. Let's join Coach Jones talk about imagery, visualization, and mental reps. So talk about how you use visualization with your program, Jonesy.
Yeah, so visualization, we do a lot of stuff in training that is central nervous system based, speed, strength, power, right? Central nervous system runs everything. And visualization, we talk to our guys a lot about too, like you got to believe that the best is yet to come. Like you got so much more in the tank. Your speed's not tapped out. Your strength's not tapped out. You can be so much more explosive. You can be so much more powerful. Because if your brain doesn't believe that and your mind doesn't believe it, do you think your central nervous system is going to recruit as many fast twitch muscle fibers? Do you think your nervous system is really going to take you to a place you can be if you don't have a belief in your mind that you can get better? And if you have beliefs that, I am what I am, it's hard for me to get faster, it is what it is. So we talk a lot about visualizing yourself, seeing yourself, like you said, it happens in your mind first, and then it happens in reality. And this is something that we try to coach them up on training. But this is an area too, though, that we need to get better with through practice, through meetings, through mental reps, and then through games. This is an area that I really feel that we can take the next step, that we can dial in and improve on as well, though.
Yeah, and there's so much you can do there, right? When you talk about visualization, mental reps, I mean, just to keep it in a football context, to give you some value for being here too, man, is we used to go like Friday night in the hotel. And I remember doing this with SMU. And I put the link inside of our chat, if everybody clicks on it, to a YouTube playlist of mental imagery audios. So most sports-specific audios are in there. There is a football one. And Jonesy, what we would do is we'd get in a big conference room and we'd lay down the defense on this side, the offense on this side. I'd be standing in the middle. I'd have the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator with me. And I would take them through our ball, mental imagery, and meditation that's in the 30-day in the certification. Breathing, affirmation, look back, look forward. And what I would do is I'd make an audio that would breathe, look, affirmation, where they repeat things to themselves, self-talk, look back. And then I'd say, and now I want you to imagine we're going to the stadium we're playing at tomorrow. You get off the bus, you're walking into that stadium, you go in the locker room, you take over the locker room, you're putting your gear on, you're going out, we're doing our warm-ups. You go through warm-ups, we come back in the locker room. Coach Morris is talking to the team. We're going through and doing our pony up creed. And now we go out for kickoff. And then I'd say, and now the offensive defensive coordinator will talk you through plays. And I'd pump up crowd noise in the back that I'd recorded on my cell phone from the sideline of the stadium we were at. And the defensive coordinator would give a play. And then the offensive coordinator would give a play, and they're separate. So the OC's talking this way and the DC's talking this way. And depending on the hotel, sometimes they would just do it in separate rooms, and they'd take about 5 minutes and just walk through different things that they were doing. And then the audio would come back on and say, okay, and now I want you to bring awareness back to your toes, your fingers, wake yourself back up. And they would do that every Friday night. And then I'd have players who would get into it and they'd want their own custom one that they would then do Saturday. And I've got, pictures, and I would work with Yale football of a quarterback, Morgan Roberts, who had went to Clemson, got beat out by Deshaun Watson, went to Yale. Good move. And as it's sitting there in the locker, you see him in the locker before the game against Harvard, which was college game day, both teams like 7-0, biggest game in school history, game day, Ivy League championship. And he's sitting in his locker doing his mental imagery before he goes out there to play. And then you got mental reps, right? And mental reps would be the number 1 quarterback is up there getting reps. And then the number 2 and 3 are about 10, 15 yards behind. And they're going through and they're basically mimicking what the number 1 is doing, seeing the play from the sideline, calling it out like they would if they were at the line of scrimmage, and then looking at their defensive keys, and they're going through their steps and progressions so that now you don't have guys on the sideline, they're behind. And when you do it right, and you've got now, your receivers, let's say you're doing routes on air, you've got all your receivers behind, or you're doing a 11 on 11, whatever it is. You got your ones out there, your twos and threes are behind out of the play where they're not going to get involved in a fumble recovery, whatever it is. Right. And they're literally watching, taking their breath, pre-snap routine, taking that first step, and then watching what's going on in front of them so that they're prepared when they get up there. They're basically taking the mental rep, and it's one of the best things that they can do.
Thanks for checking out Mental Performance Daily with Brian Cain, an Ironclad original. If you like the show, be sure to leave us a rating, review, and comments. We'll see you tomorrow.
Are you a coach who wants to level up your ability to coach mental performance so that your clients can consistently perform at their best and get the results that they've been missing? Then join some of the top performing and top income generating coaches in the world by mastering the 10 mental skills your clients need to win. I open my Mental Performance Mastery Coaches Certification course only twice a year, typically in May and November. So your next step is to join my free insiders list so you can save $200 when you join. Just head to briancain.com and click on certification to join our insiders list and learn more about how you can become a certified mental performance mastery coach.